everyone, and welcome to the March 2021 Energetic Insights. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Depika Mystery, and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach, and a consultant. And for about 18 months now, I've been doing these energetic insights on a month-by-month basis. And it's really geared up for those of you guys that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we are already in March. Where is the time going? I know January and February has been pretty intense for many of us. So that's really has been caused by the massive shift in energy that we all experienced in December between the 12th and the 21st of December. And just to kind of quickly recap on that, that would have felt for many of us that a massive wave of change kind of working its way through the back of our heart and out through the front of our hearts. So the last 2 months, we've been kind of adjusting ourselves to that massive shift in energy. And I also mentioned in the January insights that March is going to feel like a turning point. And I know I've been feeling that shift. It's a really interesting shift. It's not the same as December, but it feels like things are turning around. So exactly what that means is going to be different for each and every one of us, and also for the collective. The other key thing I got for March as a whole theme, there is like I got like little sprinkles. So if you imagine like glitter stardust, you know, Tinkerbell and spray kind of spraying the kind of stardust. I have forgotten what it's called, but it's just I just see glitter everywhere, and the color is like this silvery white with a hint of blue glitter that's been sprinkled along us. So there is this energy of hope, but also with it comes with this slight trickster energy. And that trickster energy isn't a bad thing, but it's going to help us to align where we are still not fully in alignment with where we needing to go or what we signed up to kind of go on a soul level. So that trickster energy is very playful, and it's also going to help us to kind of really shift and align. So before we move on to the themes for this month, let's take a quick recap on February's energy, because as always, as I mentioned, a lot of these themes kind of flow through on the different months. So the 4 themes that I got for February was victim consciousness, cosmic connection, world between worlds, and energetic alignment. And these 4 themes are still actually playing out in this month, but they're coming under in 4 different themes. So if you resonate with those themes, go back and have a watch of the February insights. So let's move on to theme 1, and this is so exciting. It's called flowing forwards. And it was really interesting, like what I saw and the words that I got was like, I'm not sure if this makes any sense, but I'm going to share what I got and you take whatever resonates with you. I was shown a prism. So imagine the prism and you shine the light on the prism. And when you shine the light on the prism, on the other side of the prism, you'll see the different rays of the rainbow, different lights of the rainbow that you'll get. And I'm just like, okay, so what does this mean? Tell me what this means. And the words that I got were, change your frequency, change your path. Change your frequency, change your path. So what that means, if you imagine the prism, that prism is you, and that prism is your vibration, right? Depending on how you're vibrating, when the light hits you, will then create the other streams of light that kind of comes out. So when you change that frequency, you'll get different paths that will appear, and there may be one, you know, for many of us, I'm getting all tongue twisted because I'm getting a little bit excited about this. For many of us, we can often feel really scattered, like our energies is just dispersed all over the place. It's not got any focus, and we may feel all over the place. So that is really about shifting our frequency and shifting our attention and our focus. And then it's going to help us create this different wavelengths, the little lights. I just keep seeing this beautiful, beautiful rainbow light. So this is something significant in that. Exactly what that means, I'm not sure, but just feel into the energy of the prism, and what does the prism of light mean to you, really? So the question here many of you guys might be asking me is like, well, okay, so you say change your frequency, change your path, but how do I go about changing my frequency? So as always, it's not a how-to, it's just questions and tools that will help you to raise your awareness. And changing your frequency is really about noticing what is showing up for you right now in your life, right? Who are the people that are showing up? How are they showing up? What are they showing you, right? What are they not showing you? What are they revealing to you about you or about your environment? And same goes for the situations. What are the situations that are appearing up? Are they repetitive? Are they new? Is it tricky? Is it easy? What information are these situations giving you? And for some of us, if we're not gonna, we may not be conscious of it. So what it's doing is really shifting us and giving giving us the information we need on a very, very subtle level. So it takes us a moment to stand still and really listen to the information that we're getting. Okay, there's another element to this. It's like many of us have done a lot of work, right, on ourselves, and we often get into this habit of, or we feel a little bit, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'll explain it and then I'll see if I can find the word for you. So when we've done this work, what happens is that we feel liberated, we feel free that we've done this work and our lives change. And then there's a part of our ego that feels, now that we've done that, we don't need to do that again. But as our frequency keeps evolving, that level of work is going to keep evolving on. It's like peeling the onion. So there's many, many different layers. And the more we can have fun with peeling the onion, the easier it'll get for us. So another thing to kind of shift your frequency this month is really paying attention to the thoughts that come up. What are the thoughts are you having, right? Are you thinking negatively about something and hoping for something else to happen more positively in the outside world? What are the real subtle thoughts that you're having? Is there a belief where you don't believe in yourself or you don't trust in the universe? And it's just a really tiny, teeny tiny thought. So they're really, really subtle, but it's almost like we've got this magnifying glass that's going to help us to see those thoughts. So really pay attention to that, because that's all going to help you to really shift your vibration in that sense. And also, finally, what are the emotions that are showing up? Are you feeling free and expansive? And is that free and expansive coming from your mind, or is it really coming from your heart? Because often we can make ourselves believe that we're feeling free and expanded, but actually there is some sort of constriction in there, right? And if you're feeling agitation, frustration, fear, anger, you know what? It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Just acknowledge it and see what it's showing you, okay? And there's two other things that I've got for you in terms of how to change your frequency. The second one was honesty. Where are you not being honest with yourself? What are you not acknowledging? What are the wounds? What are the traumas that are still showing itself up and you're not acknowledging? What are the aspects of yourself that you are shaming and judging and not acknowledging? And what are the desires that you have within your heart that you're kind of going, shoo, be quiet, go away? What are those desires? And really start to tune into them and listen to them. And then the other part of this in honesty is with the conflict. So often when we get conflict within ourselves, we tend to, again, shoo it away in a little corner and just kind of ignore it. So this is about being really honest with yourself in terms of your desires, the conflicts that are coming up, the wounds and traumas that you're still kind of working through, and the aspects of yourself that you're still shaming or judging. So this is really good month. Like I said, it's like a magnifying glass. So you're going to see this a lot more clearly, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just helping you to shift and change your frequency. And then finally, it's about integration, so that you're becoming more and more of you. It's when we are kind of when we're kind of compartmentalizing ourselves, that scatters our energy and we become scattered, and therefore it's harder for us to focus, it's harder for us to create, it's harder for us to manifest, and it just ends up leaving us feel dissatisfied, exhausted, and just frustrated with ourselves. So it's really about integration. So one of the questions you can sit with is like, okay, what aspects of myself do I still need to integrate with? What is the shadow parts of myself that I still need to integrate with? Or show me what integration looks like and feels like. And if you sit with those questions, you will see the shifts in there, because like I said, there's a real massive magnifying glass that is being shown this month. So let's move on to theme 2. And I think theme 2 kind of carries on from a little bit from theme 1. This is called holding space. And what I kept seeing for that is, if you imagine a roller coaster, many of us, we go up the roller coasters, we feel the high and we want to enjoy the high, and before we know it, we're dropping down into the low. This is about, if you're someone that's feeling that you can't move or you're not flowing, you'll be in a holding space. And I think it's about really honoring that holding space and looking at it as an opportunity for recalibration. Okay, so I'm going to say that if you feel like you're not moving anywhere, ask yourself, am I in a holding space? And then remember that it's an opportunity for recalibration. So if you imagine like a bar chart, so you've got the axis going like this, and then like the little bars that are kind of going like that, and they're at different kind of heights and lengths and stuff. So what happens is that there's an element here of recalibration. So if there's a higher bar here and a lower bar there, it's about recalibrating so they become quite equal in that sense. So there's a beautiful opportunity here to kind of recalibrate and really align, and so that when you don't feel so much that you're on this roller coaster of the high highs and the low lows. And the key things here to address is around your self-worth, right? What are the patterns and the programmings that are showing up around your self-worth? What is your self-worth plugged into? That's a really good question to ask yourself. What is my self-worth plugged into? And that will reveal what you need to kind of shift in your patterns and programming. The other thing is about validation. Where are you seeking validation? Where are you needing validation? What areas in your life are you needing that validation? And who are you needing that validation for? And why are you needing that validation? And what is the purpose of that validation? So it's becoming more and more conscious about the patterns and programmings that are around validation. The other part of this is, so many of us, we have been working on this need to be seen and heard in various different ways. So where in your life do you feel that you've not been seen or you've not been heard? And where in your life are you not seeing yourself? And where in your life are you not listening to yourself? So as much as it is about people and things around you, it's also about yourself. Where are you not listening to yourself? Where are you not seeing yourself? And I think just sitting with that to see what kind of comes up will help kind of recalibrate yourself. So if you're in this holding space, take this opportunity to really dig deep and see what's going on. And it could also be one final thing for this is also about, where are you lying? So again, the first thing was about honesty. There's a bit about honesty, and this one's like, where are you actually lying to yourself? And that kind of makes us feel a little bit, I don't really want to go there. But we are often lying to ourselves more than anyone else, and it's really, really subtle, right? And so here's the thing, have a look at when and where you might be lying to others about things. So that's the first thing. I think that's easier to see when you're lying, because you know that you're lying, to be honest. And then where are you actually lying to yourself? So have a look at that. And if you are in a holding space this month, just honor it and remember it's helping you to recalibrate. So you're going to find a new balance, right? Rather than the high highs and the low lows. So the third theme is called Dance to Your Rhythm. And it was quite funny because I kept hearing the words quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. And I think I heard these words at the beginning of January for the January Insights. And this is about honoring the steps of your dance, not anyone else's, not comparing yourself to anyone else's dance, but honoring your own dance. And really becoming consciously aware of what, when, and where are you pulling on things or pushing on things, or unconsciously driving something fast forward or slowing things down. So, this is about moving with the rhythm of your soul, right? And allowing your soul to lead and allowing yourself to follow. So if you imagine two people that are dancing, and when they're dancing, if they're not, there's always one that is a lead and another one that's following. And if both people try to lead, then you can feel the disconnection, and it doesn't feel harmonious, and it doesn't feel like it's flowing with ease or grace. When one person leads and the other one follows, there's much more ease and grace. So this is about allowing your soul to lead and you following your soul in this. It is a dance, right? And there's this beautiful rhythm. So you can become more aware of your own rhythm and your own dance. And it's really about acknowledging that and honoring that and not comparing yourself to anyone else, because we are all on a unique journey and that unique journey is perfect for us. And one of the key reminders that I got for this theme is like, you are exactly where you need to be. So you are exactly where you need to be, right? So honor that and acknowledge that. And if you're finding difficulties to accepting where you are, just allow yourself to become aware of, what are you fighting? Why are you fighting that? How does that fight serve you? What purpose is behind that fight? And what do you get from not accepting where you are? What is the thoughts and beliefs behind that? So it will take you into a really great deeper exploration on that. Okay, and now the fourth and the final theme is called decision time. So this is really, really interesting. So we are all creators. We are all creative beings, right? And we are creating our future right now in this moment. Okay, so you are co-creating your future with people around you, with the universe right now. Your future is not determined by your past experience. So many of us have this habit of kind of taking our past experience, carrying it on as a backpack, and then creating our future based on that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's often given us comfort. So then it gives us expectations, so we know what to kind of expect. And because many of us are afraid of the unknown, so therefore we carry that past experience to allow us to kind of feel comfortable about the future. But this is the thing. We are more powerful than we think, and I think we're more afraid of our own power. And we have that power to create our future right now in this moment. And define your future based on what you want to create, what you want to feel, and allow that definition to come through the energy of love versus fear, right? And it's really getting clarity on, are you creating from fear or are you creating from love? Because depending on which energy you're using, and with the manifestation being super, super, super fast, which is just going to keep getting faster and faster and powerful and stronger, you're going to see the results of that. So if you're creating from fear, you'll create more fear. So be mindful of, where are you creating from? And be mindful of, are you creating from your past experience or are you creating from your heart's desire in the now moment? The other thing is what's also occurring, and why it feels like a decision time, is that, many of us often find it difficult to make decisions because we're worried that we don't want to make the wrong decision. And so we spend a lot of time kind of mapping out, what are the different situations, what are the different scenarios, what could possibly happen, what could possibly go wrong, what could possibly go right. And then based on what could possibly happen, we're all in this kind of energy of indecision. So the key thing here is about, there is no right or wrong decision, just make a decision. Otherwise, there's excess energy that is going into the indecision, and what you'll find is that you'll find yourself being more scattered rather than focused. So make a decision without needing to map out all the different possibilities. And this is also going to help train that intuitive muscle of yours and make it stronger. Trust in that, and know that if you made a decision and gone down that path and you realize, well, hang on a second, this doesn't feel right, make another decision, change the path, right? All of that is possible, rather than staying stuck where you are and mapping things out without kind of moving that thing, because there is a forward momentum this month as well. So focus yourself on aligning with your desires and aligning with your soul, rather than, mapping things out and wondering whether, okay, is that the right decision? Is that the wrong decision? Okay, if I make this decision, maybe these things will happen, maybe these things won't happen. If they don't happen, here's what I do. Stop, breathe, relax, and make a decision, and trust your gut instincts on that. And the final thing I wanted to say with that is that many of us end up we have this misconception or perception that if we are mapping things out, it's going to be safe and it's going to give us that kind of known situation. But also what's going to happen, it will just make us stagnate and spin. And that will just create more frustration and stuff, and it will kind of hinder our flow, where there's a lot of beautiful flow energy. And because the manifestation energy is so strong this month that as soon as we make a decision, it will just start flowing in, you know. Because the other final part, there's a couple of final parts. I'm just reading my notes. I'm just thinking, making sure I haven't forgotten anything. There's a really cool activation of our solar plexus energy, which is all about personal power, our will center, and connection with who we truly are. So we're really getting this beautiful energy that is supporting us in connecting with who we actually are and really building that confidence in our own personal power. So I hope these themes resonate with you, and that is it for this month. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this insights. If you have enjoyed it this month and you have found it useful, please do go ahead and share with your loved ones, your family, friends, and colleagues. And then feel free to comment below if you have a question, or give us a like or thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube. And finally, if you are needing some extra support, as you know, I run a monthly energetic alignment sessions, which are the group healing journeys. And this month, the theme is called acceptance, right? And we are going to be focusing on embodying our personal power with confidence. So that is taking place on March 21st at 6 p.m. UK time. I think it's going to be 2 p.m. EST and 11 a.m. PST. I think the clocks have moved forward in the US, where I think in the UK we still don't move forward till the end of March. So if you want to have more details about that, I'll post a link in the comments, and if you're watching this on Instagram, you'll see a link in my bio. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next month. Bye for now.